Alright, starting off here with the 1943 Jefferson nickel. We'll get more modern here as we go. Of course, this is the silver 1943 Jefferson nickel, right? Also referred to as the wartime nickels, 35% silver. The coin has a mint error. It's got a laminated planchet. You can see that here on the reverse. Very, very nice mint error. You can look for laminations on all kinds of different other coins as well, not just Jefferson nickels. This coin ended up selling for a little over $65. So, you know, nothing too crazy, but still it's a $65 nickel. Now here's the 1959 D mint mark. This coin is graded by PCGS at a mint state 65. So it has a very high grade. The coin grading scale only goes up to 70. This is at a 65. It does have a die break here on the obverse of the coin, which, you know, you could pass up something like this very easily because it kind of blends in with the design here of this Jefferson nickel. You can see it there at the bottom of the coin, that extra metal there. Now sometimes cuds or die breaks can be much larger than this. They can take up a third of the coin, or half the coin or something. So in this case it's a very small die break, but the coin still sold for over $500 because of the mint error and because of its grade, the condition. Now here is a 1964 Jefferson nickel that has been broad struck and multi-struck. We can see that here in the images displayed. Very obvious type of mint error. Don't need a coin microscope to see anything like this. But this coin did sell for over $110. Now here is an off-center error, 70% off-center here. This 1968 D mint mark Jefferson nickel, graded by PCGS at a mint state 62, and this coin ended up selling for over $165. Now, speaking of die breaks, here's another example of a cud, a little bit larger example of a die break here taking place on this 1970 D mint mark Jefferson nickel, graded by PCGS at an AU58. This coin ended up selling for over $130. Now here's the 1975 D mint mark that has a misplaced mint mark. We have talked about this coin in numerous videos, especially on our 1975 Jefferson nickel video. This coin sold for over $370. It's not in very good condition. Had it been a mint state grade, this coin could have sold for into the thousands. It's graded at an extra fine 45, but here is the misplaced mint mark. So you can see how high that D mint mark is sitting, so always check your mint marks as well, the placements of those, especially on the 1975. Maybe you'll find one, maybe you won't, but if you do, definitely let me know in the comments below. This is a very nice mint error. So here's an example of what it is supposed to look like, and here's an example of the misplaced mint mark. So $370 for that nickel. Now here's the 1977 S mint mark. This is going to be the proof nickel that you would find in proof sets and whatnot. It is graded at a proof 67 Ultra Cameo by NGC. It was struck onto a 10-cent planchet, and it has clashed dies, which is very nice. So you actually see those lines sticking out from, the nose, and then here on the back of the head of Jefferson, that is the lines from the building of the reverse design of the coin. So we'll also see the design and outline of Jefferson's head here on the reverse, which is that clash die, the die clash. You can look for die clashes on other coins as well, not just Jefferson nickels. But the real value in this coin is coming from the fact that it was a Jefferson nickel proof design that was struck onto a 10-cent planchet. Now this coin ended up selling for over $3,300 because of all those things combined. Now here's a 1980 P mint mark Jefferson nickel that was struck onto a 1-cent planchet. So a Jefferson nickel design struck onto a Lincoln cent planchet. That's why the coin sold for $900. Now here's another die break, but this is taking place on a 1983 P mint mark Jefferson nickel. So a little more modern. We'll see that here on the left side of the coin. This coin ended up selling for around 65 bucks. So nothing, extremely valuable, but still very nice mint error coin in good condition to have, in a coin collection. Now here's the 1983 P mint mark Jefferson nickel that was struck 20% off center. So this coin was graded by PCGS at a mint state 65, and this coin ended up selling for around $220. Here's a 1984 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel that has been broad struck. This coin ended up selling for around $90. It does have a mint state 63 grade by PCGS. Here's a very nice double strike. This is a 1984 P Mint Mark double struck. Second strike is 95% off center, graded at a mint state 63. This coin sold for around $100 as well. Now here's a no dated Jefferson nickel. This coin was struck 80% off center, graded at a mint state 62 by PCGS. This nickel ended up selling for over $130. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.